I am not in a very good mood, so if this video seems that little bit more negative than normal, then that's why. I make no apologies for that, but that is why. First thing first, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a long time, you'll notice there is background music on this video. There is a reason for that, and that is that my brother Craig Peace and me and Yee is a fucking phenomenal producer. He really, really is. The music that is being played in the background is his brand new tune. It's called Silence PP7. Yes, that's one of the guns that are GoldenEye. That's what it's named after. This tune is fucking phenomenal. I love it. I can't stop playing it. I'm not the biggest dubstep fan in the world, I'll tell you that much. But there's a download link to it there. Go and download it. This is what I would recommend. This is what I do. Plug your laptop or your computer into your hi-fi, that's what I do, and then crank up the volume and just listen to this fucking tune. Fucking Christ, it's good. Anyway, I was on MSN last night and I was talking to some various people, and every single one of them said to me, come on Mark, it's the 900th Raw, watch it. So I'm like, I don't want it, but if you can find me a stream, I will watch it. So of course they found me a stream, so I watched it. Let me tell you something, god damn it, people wonder why I watch Raw. I'll tell you something, I wonder why I don't watch Raw, sorry. I wonder, when I go on Facebook on Monday and loads of people are like, yay, it's Raw tonight, and I sit and think to myself, how can you watch it? I wonder how people can watch Impact, but my god, I really wonder how people can watch Raw. But let me tell you, this is the 900th Raw, yeah? The 900th Raw, so you're expecting legends, you're expecting surprises. Hell, you might even be expecting a title change. Let me tell you, there was no legends, and there was no surprises, and there was no title changes. These are my thoughts. This isn't a review. You know, my reviews, I go into DL, I tell you all about the matches, I tell you what moves I like, I even tell you how long the matches went. These are just thoughts. They're just bam, bam, bam. Because I'm going to give you a treat, because I've got 15 minutes, I'm going to do those, and I'm going to tell you about Ring of Honor on Hdnet as well. So, let's see it. I don't watch Raw, as you know, but I like to keep an eye on it. I read the review of it or the report of it on WWE.com or something like that. Now, 2 weeks ago, unless I'm very much mistaken, the invisible general manager said that Bret Hart would never wrestle again. So why would the general manager, after the Kane and Bret Hart segment, make Bret Hart versus Undertaker for tonight? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever, does it? I understand why Miz got the win on Daniel Bryan in their match in the triangle tag team match. But like, come on, Daniel Bryan and Cavall as a team is a dream team for people like me. As Michael Cole pointed out, the internet dream team. I like that a little bit. Yeah, but come on, they could have given them a bit more time. And I'll tell you something, that once NXT 2 is out of the way, once Daniel Bryan has won the United States Championship, which surely he will do at Night of Champions, I would love to see these two tagging together in WWE. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't me? Wouldn't you? Oh yes, we would, surely. Yeah, like I say, I understand why Miz won, because I mean, Daniel Bryan is the most has got the most momentum going surely into this match, because like I say, he's got to win the championship, the United States Championship and Night of Champions. He's got to. So yeah, I completely understood why Miz won. It's just the match was so short. You're like, blam, blinking your message. What can I say about the women's match? Nothing at all. The match was so phenomenally short. Unbelievable. Yeah, seriously, blink and you miss it. And then Melina, basically they challenged Lake Hall challenged Melina to a unification match. Melina accepted on one condition, and that is that it's a lumberjack match. Now, that's an interesting one. You don't hear people say, I want a lumberjack. You don't hear the challenger say, I want a lumberjack match. Normally it's the heel saying, it will be a lumberjack match. But yeah, that's an interesting one. It's about time they unified the tag team titles. No, the tag team titles. Fuck. See, bad mood. Other things on the brain. Bad mood today. Phenomenal. I'm in a black mood today. I'd go into it, but I'd need 2 vids. But yeah, bad shit going on in my life. Yeah, the women's, no one cares about the Divas title, do they? Really? No, you don't. Come on, don't lie. You don't. No one cares about the women's title, the best of the title. No one cares about the women's title. It's been chopped in 2. So yeah, about time. So, Morrison and Truth versus Drew and Cody Rhodes achieved what exactly? Because Well, I didn't see the point in it. This was a blink and you miss it thing. I was talking to a guy called Davey on MSN while watching this match, and he said to me, just out of curiosity, who is your current favourite WWE superstar? I'm going to go to the loo, and when I come back, I want an answer. And he said, oh, you know, this was while this match was happening, and he didn't even get out of his chair before the match had finished. You're like, bam, blink and you miss it, and it's gone sort of thing. Wow, the matches on this show were so short. Why? Why? It's a wrestling show, for God's sake. Bret vs. Taker was one of the worst things I've seen on Raw in a long, long time because it was just so weird. You know, match starts, lights go out, lights come back on, Kane's there, Bret's mysteriously vanished. We all know that Kane's got superpowers, but I didn't know that Bret Hart could just snap his fingers and vanish into thin air. I'm guessing he was under the ring, but you know, who knows. 450 splash on Taker combined with the fact that Gabriel used the 450 to pin Cena later on in the show. Yeah, that does good. That makes this 450 look like a credible finishing move. Something that at the end of the day, none of the NXT guys have got, in my opinion. Even Wade Barrett with his random power slam thing, it doesn't look great. The 450s are one of such a nice move. Obviously, Justin Gabriel doesn't do it. He's half as nice as Austin Aries does, but that's just me being nitpicking, isn't it? Who did Jack Swagger piss off backstage? Who did he piss off? You know, at the start of the year, he was feuding with Santino Marella and it was all fucking shit, and then he won Money in the Bank out of nowhere, and the next thing you know, he's the World Heavyweight Champion, and then bam, he isn't on the SummerSlam card, and he's relegated to doing this with Evan Bourne, where then the whole point of this match is to bring Alberto Del Rio out on Raw, because of course he's been on SmackDown for weeks, yes, but, or he's been, you know, in vignettes on SmackDown, yada yada yada, but yeah, we haven't actually seen him on Raw. Here he is, and you know, Evan Bourne versus Jack Swagger is just completely abandoned. You're like, wow, Jack Swagger must have done something seriously wrong, because that guy's push is just completely evaporated, hasn't it? Wow, wow, wow. CM Punk's promo was the best thing on this show, by a country mile. By a country mile, dissing people left, right and centre, showing moments that you haven't seen on Raw. You know, they're good. It's good things to see, you know? Him using Austin's music reminded me of back in 2000 and... help me out here. 2005? When Shawn Michaels played Bret's music, and everyone went mental, and he's like, you're all suckers. CM Punk doing the same thing with Austin's music, yeah, exactly the same, like, you're all idiots. And the show coming out, and him doing his showster impression, that reminded me of 2000, and that made me chuckle. That segment was the best thing in the best part of the night. There's something kind of wrong when Big Show's in the best segment of the night, but you know. Main event, let me tell you about this. Edge and Jericho leaving at the time. I was just like, what is this? Why are they doing this? But then you stop and think about it. You're like, oh, of course they're heels. They're being clever. You're like, oh, yes, of course. They walk out. They don't get hurt. Yada yada yada. It's 3-on-2. Yada yada yada. Cena getting pinned from the 450. Like I say, that was good. And I think what this did do is that, you know, the Nexus crew have been hurt recently. I think, of course, Skip Sheffield broke his ankle, and they ejected someone out of the group. I can't remember who it was last week. I think, you know, and of course, them losing at SummerSlam, it lost them a lot of the momentum, I think. And this match, I think it gave them back. But at the end of the day, this Raw was a load of bollocks, completely forgettable. Just like the 800s Raw, really, wasn't it? Anyway, on to HD. Next, Ring of Honor. So, Tyler Black's promo at the start, very good, apart from him saying, and I'm a nitpicking, pedantic kind of guy, I know at the best of times, and when I'm in a bad mood, like I'm in today, I'm going to fucking rant on things like this, of course. But he says that he'll be the first reigning champ to go to another company. Now, if he's talking about the first Ring of Honor reigning champ, that's all good and well. But if you're talking about just in general, wrong. Because if I remember rightly, Ric Flair was the reigning NWA champion, and he turned up in the WWF. And yeah, Mike Awesome was the reigning ECW champion, and he turned up in WCW. Just nitpicking little bastard. I know. But you know, I can do that. Opening match was Roderick Strong and Josh Raymond and Christian Abel versus Mike Bennett and Andy Rich and Jay Freddy. It didn't really do anything for me, really. This was a 1-star, if you're a generous kind of guy match. The crowd were completely into it. After the Strong cut promo saying he was expecting to get screwed, but he was going to win the championship, and that was all good and well. Steen cut a promo in the back about the chain match. That was very, very good. He was wearing such a good t-shirt, by the way. It says Mr. Wrestling on it. It's got a chair on it. It's got El Generico's head, just his head, on the chair. Brilliant. That was a good promo. And then Colt Cabana cut one straight after it. That wasn't quite so good. It did. Well, at the end of the day, two teams that are going to be in a chain match at Glory by Honor, and the promos did what they had to do. Let me tell you that much. We got the Kings of Wrestling versus El Generico and Colt Cabana, and again, the biggest thing that I noticed on this show is that the crowd are completely flat, like non-existent flat. Yeah, it's like they were just not interested. It's like, why are you even there? El Generico played the face in peril for ages until he got the hot tag to Colt Cabana, who cleaned house until the inevitable Steen and Carino distraction. They didn't actually interfere in the ring. They came out and Steen had a chain and he started whacking it into the entrance ramp. That enabled Chris Hero to hit the roaring elbow for the win. Speaking of the Kings of Wrestling, they're facing Haas and Benjamin at Glory by Honor. I'm still not convinced about this match. Everyone's calling it a dream match, yes, but for me, this is what I'm doing. I'm keeping my expectations firmly rooted to the ground, because what I'm thinking is that a lot of people have got their expectations so high for this match. If it's not a 5-star classic, they're going to be disappointed. Whereas me, I'll be happy if it's a 3-star match. Happy, I promise you will. I promise you I will be. So that yes, if it's higher than that, it's going to be, well, hey, everyone's a winner. Eddie Edwards defeated Mike Seidel in 36 seconds. What's the fucking point in that? Eddie Edwards' 10-minute challenge has got to end. It's not doing Eddie Edwards anything at all. I promise you. I promise you that thing needs to change. Tyler Black defends against Roderick Strong at Glory by Honor, and Jim Cornette cut a promo saying that Terry Funk will be the ringside enforcer for that one. That's going to be an interesting one. This is the same Terry Funk who wanted nothing to do with Hardcore Justice, by the way, so that's an interesting one, doesn't it? The main event was Tyler Black versus Steve Carino, and it was... I hate doing this. It was at least a 2-star match. There was nothing bad about it, but it was just the crowd. The crowd just didn't give a shit. Again, like the crowd were completely uninterested in this match, so that made me not really interested in it. At the end, there was a big brawl with Carino and Steen and El Generico and Colt Cabana with chains and everything. This show had 24 minutes of wrestling on it in a 60-minute program. And that's quite disappointing, because I'm used to seeing, I've been watching Ring of Honor, I've seen it for quite a while now, or for like 4 weeks, something like that, and each one's had like 40 minutes of wrestling on it. So to watch Raw, a 2-hour show that had 14 minutes of wrestling on it, god damn, isn't it? Yeah, for this to have not a lot of wrestling on it as well was really disappointing, you know? But the whole show was a proper hard sell for Glory by Honor, so I can kind of understand it. Glory by Honor, I'm so fucking excited about it, it's unbelievable. But in classic style, because of all the shit that's happened recently, I can't watch it. Yay! Ain't I fucking lucky? I'm sorry I've gone through them so fast. I'm sorry if I appear to be uber negative, but you know, I have reasons. I'm not going to talk about them here, but I genuinely have reasons. Please go click on that link. I promise you'll fucking love it. I promise. I've been Mark P. I'll be back with a full Brawl 2000 review any day now. Take it easy.